common denominator is that.
Hey,
Sashino,
what's up, Sasha?
¿Cómo estás?
Sasha
We welcome
Vujacic is
Sasha
with us.
Vujacic to the show.
It is Machine.
Hey, guys.
One of my favorite guys I've ever covered. And Sasha, you still live in the South Bay, right?
Yes, I do.
And did you think that would happen when you came over from Slovenia, that you would stay, or did you think in the back of your mind, I'm coming back?
Today is a big day, right?
Right.
MLK Day. And I had a dream as a kid to go to LA, win with the Lakers, and stay here forever. So that's what happened.
How about that?
Wow.
How great is that?
That's awesome, man. So I've been told that you have a winery now, or you have a wine, right? Talk about
both,
that.
actually.
Both, a winery
Both.
and a wine?
Both, yeah.
Nice.
They're aligned. They go together.
Yeah. So tell me about your wine.
It was always my dream, my family dream, actually. When we lived in Italy before I got drafted by the Lakers, second dream was born, and that dream was to have a family winery one day. After the first championship, the reality of kind of capitalizing on it happened. In 2010, we got our winery, our first vintage, and Pops is the winemaker. It's a family affair, and I love what we're doing right now.
Wow, your dad's the winemaker, huh?
He is.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing family story. Where's the vineyard?
Paso Robles, about 3.5 hours.
Oh, yeah, nice. Paso
Yeah,
Robles is
beautiful.
fantastic, and great wine there, too.
It is.
So I'm watching all these NBA games, Sasha, and I think back to the team you played on, and you guys were legitimately 10 deep. You would take the five guys who would start would not necessarily be the exact same five who were out there at the end of the game. Sometimes you were out there. Sometimes Lamar was out there. Sometimes Jordan was out there. Why, looking back, you guys went to the finals 3 years in a row, 08, 09, 10.
We
Why?
lost in 08.
Right, but you went to the finals 3 years
Still
in a row.
hurts, though.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't blame you, especially the Celtics. But why did that group work? It's rare that you got a team that'll go 10 deep where guys aren't fighting with each other and arguing over minutes. For whatever reason, that group worked. Why?
I think it was the structure. Kobe was our go-to, being my big brother and learning everything from him. We were building a team from 04 when I was drafted.
Right.
Phil came back in 05. And when you have a system, when you have a structure, when you know what you're doing, when you know the direction you want to go to, it just happens naturally. And I think we were probably the last team of understanding that one for all for one.
I agree with that. So if you look back now, everybody's arguing, like now in the modern NBA, everybody's arguing over minutes.
Right.
Everybody's complaining, like, why is that guy playing? You guys had none of that. Is that just it was a unique chemistry, or just some of that Phil? What do you think? Why weren't there arguments and I'm sure there was stuff we didn't know about, but for the most part, you guys were all for one, like you say.
Well, one of the most important things, I think everybody on the team understood that the wearing Lakers, purple and gold, it was an honor. And having Kobe being there as the guy that was drafted as our leader, that was basically, he's been to the finals. He was the one that he was mentoring everybody in a way. I think the most important thing was the understanding of what Phil wanted us to do and the direction we were all going. So when you understand that individual goals have to be mixed up with the team goal, and you give up a lot of, when you have like 10 to 15 egos, it's not easy to manage.
Sure.
But when you come to the point where everybody understands what's the common goal, and to kind of take you back to 2010 when we won that last championship, Game 7 against the Boston Celtics, like the beginning of the season, Phil would always give us kind of preparation or a prepared booklet for the entire year. That year, the motto of it was one breath, one mind. And if you guys, and I think everybody here remembers very well, we played probably one of the most ugliest games on the planet.
Right, you're down 15 in the first half.
Horrible.
Yeah.
But at that particular moment, everybody came together. And that's what basketball does. When you least expect it, even when you are struggling, your teammate's going to pick you up. And we picked each other up. We showed what teamwork means, and I'm really honored that I was a part of that era.
Well, the funniest part of that Game 7 was when Kobe threw the ball to Meta World Peace.
Yep.
And Meta said, I was in shock. He threw me the ball.
Yes.
But he shot it, and there would have been a lot of guys. You saw this early in your career that if Kobe throws the ball, they throw it right back to him because they would have been too nervous to shoot it. But you guys weren't. You guys were all like, everybody was kind of pulling for each other. And a guy I gave a lot of credit for that you played with that I don't think got the credit he deserved, to me, Sasha, and I'm curious if you agree, the glue guy on that team, Kobe was the best player. Pau is an elite Hall of Famer. But I thought Lamar Odom was the conscience of that team, that he was the guy in the locker room that never
Give it up for LO. Come on, let's go.
That never let anybody get too down. He was always like trying to pick you guys up and by the way, I think that's why you guys were so affected when he kind of got off track there for a while and he was fighting for his life, that all you guys were like intensely sad until he got better. But I felt like he probably was more to your success than he got credit for. You agree?
100%. You know, he was his nickname was the Candyman because he was just eating sweets before the game. Something like that. So, I think what we had was very special. Every team member understood their role on the team. You know, my role was to be on the bench mob and make sure the bench mob was ready and going. LO was the one that was connecting everybody. But I would say that every single individual was a special part of that team because without, you know, Adam Morrison, for example, we would not be able to do what we did because our every practice was to be or not to be. And
right.
when you have that mentality, when you develop that mentality, that's what basketball is all about. So you come to the games and it just comes automatic. And to go back to that shot that Ron took, Ron was with us for 2 years, and when I was there, and he learned throughout the process when to take the right shot. And that shot that he took was the right shot, was a basketball play. So not taking the shot, he was probably have to move to Boston or something like that.
Yeah.
Everybody
Well,
would man
here's a funny story. Sasha, I don't even think I've ever told you this story. So one day, I was the sideline reporter back then when these guys were winning titles, and I had a seat right next to the bench. And Kobe would come talk to me when he wasn't in the game. He would like lean over to me, and he'd say to me, hold on a second. And whenever Sasha was on the court, he kept just yelling at Sasha to shoot more. Shoot the ball. Hey, shoot the ball. And you would go, okay. And then you'd get one and you'd get a little confidence and he would be like, see? You know, so he was like one of your biggest advocates, right?
Well, since day one, he was my big brother. You know, I got drafted in 2004 and we just connected from the get-go. His obsession to be the greatest of all time was incredible. And my obsession to try to be a part of that and to win championships was also unheard of. So I think he liked that, and the way we connected, the way, you know, the things that I've learned from him, I'm carrying on up to this day. And, you know, that's one of the reasons I'm going to give back to basketball at the right time, what I've learned from.
What'd you learn from him more than anything else? When do you hear his voice in your head?
I hear it a lot.
Yeah, I bet.
No, one of the most important things, you know, for a kid coming from Europe, I was 19, 20 years old. At a very young age, he taught me how to study film. He was a student of the game. And when you have someone like that that understands what basketball brings and what you have to do, how much work you actually have to put in order to get to the point, to think about making the playoffs, to think about winning championships, is incredible. And it's impeccable that, you know, I was so honored that I had that from the very get-go. So I had a little homework every now and then, and if I didn't do the homework, he was really mad. So thank God I was, I was a good student too.
We were talking to Derek Fisher a little bit earlier. He says that when you play for the Lakers, there's an added layer of pressure, that it's out there because you're a Laker. Do you get the same sense?
I mean, Laker Nation, you know, Purple and Gold Nation, the greatest in the country. So, you know, there's a reason why we don't care about getting to the playoffs or individual stats and stuff like that. It's all about winning championships. What Dr. Buss created from the beginning and what, you know, Rob and everybody's carrying on right now is a certain responsibility that you carry not only on the court but also off the court. So Laker fans demand the best, and they demand to see that you give everything you have, and especially your heart, for the team and for the wins.
What's your take on this year's team?
I think they're searching for their identity. I think you know, we're not at the spot that we would want to be at the moment, 19 and 21. I think next 5 games will be very important, even though the 5th game is against the Clippers. No, it's home game. I'm not traveling. You know, but Clippers are good. I see it as, you know, Rob has always something up his sleeve. And what he did last year with 1 or 2 trades, he made the team that was not supposed to be in the playoffs second round.
Made it to the Final Four.
Final Four, exactly. And this year they showed and they proved that they can do something. But when you're searching for your identity, it's not easy. It's just takes some time. And hopefully next 5 games will prove something interesting to all of us.
We're going to go let you sign some autographs because a lot of people are waiting for you here. But I want you to take a look. There's a guy here with a picture, and he's holding it up right in front of us. That's the main reason I felt so lucky, Sasha, to be able to cover that team, that 08, 09, 10 team that went to 3 finals. Look at how happy everybody is there. It was a unique team in that, again, you went 10 deep. You just don't see that anymore. You guys had a whole bench mob that he would put into a game. He would take all 5 starters out, put you and Farmar and LO and everybody in there, and sometimes you guys would build on the lead. And I don't even know if we'll ever see that again. But I will say it to you like I've said it to Phil. Thank you for letting me be part of that ride. I loved it very, very much. And it's great that you're coming down here.
Yeah, thanks for coming
I know
out,
that
man.
These guys are really excited to see you.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure.
Yeah.
It's an
Great
honor.
to see you, man.
Thank you.
All right.
Sasha Vujacic. We are live at Ralph's in Redondo Beach, courtesy Bibigo, Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.